Hello everyone, Tombothetornado here, and as you can probably tell by my voice, I'm a little bit sick. No, I don't have COVID, but I am going down with a serious cold. It's affecting my nose and how I speak, so if I sound bunged up, it's because I am, basically. Um, so the new Forbidden West trailer dropped today for the gameplay. If you haven't seen it, go see it now. I won't spoil anything here, so rest assured if you came here and are saying, hey, I don't want spoilers, I'm not going to do that, but go and see it. If you don't want to be spoiled, stay with me. You guys back? Do you enjoy it? Nice. Please don't spoil anything for anyone that doesn't want to be spoiled in the comments. So, before that all kicks off with Forbidden West, I thought let's do another scavenger hunt just to round off and finish off with a final scavenger hunt before Forbidden West happens. And the first time I thought I nailed it, the second time was a bit too much, and the third time was a nice hour of gameplay. I mean, we went on a little bit longer, but we didn't really need to. So, you know, and that's down to me knowing when to stop. But I thought, why do another scavenger hunt? Why not instead do a race? So we're starting from Mother's Watch, then we're heading over to the campfire at Devil's Thirst, then into the city for Devil's Grief up here. And basically, we're just following, the guys are following the checkpoints I'm showing to you now around the map. And I tested this route to see if it was how fast it was and sort of like get a bearing on how long it's going to take. And it took about an hour and a quarter to travel like the distance along here. I couldn't go everywhere, like I couldn't go up in here as much as I wanted to, because if I went up here, it actually tacks on another half an hour. I know it doesn't sound, but there's shell walkers coming through. Even on story mode, it seems a bit silly to go up to come straight back down again. So we're just going straight across, and then the only other one that's not in a settlement across from Hunter's Gathering, and then all the way back to Mother's Watch. Now that takes about an hour and a quarter. So I set up what I originally did was I set up like from here to here you got one challenge, from here to here you got another challenge. And as I was reading it out and going through it, I really quickly discovered that A was a bad idea because it's way too complicated. I'll be like berated. I get a barrage of questions about I'm here and here, do I do this? I'm here and here, do I do that? So I thought, why not just have my original idea was to have overall tasks to do, um, and yeah. So I decided just to go with the overall task and not have any little tasks to do. So the overall tasks were to kill one of every type of machine, with the exception of a Deathbringer, a Tallneck, because obviously you can't, a Corruptor, because they're pretty rare, and you can't actually find them on the maps when you're not engaged in story mode. And Red Eye Watchers I'm going to exclude as well because they're so similar to normal watches, and only by getting like up close and personal do you notice the difference. Um, so I'm just gonna say watches in general because that's just gonna avoid confusion. But yeah, it's to kill one of every sort of machine, including corrupted machines, because that I will have, but not these, or Red Eye or Corruptor. I'm not going to include Frozen Wilds in this. Again, not everyone has Frozen Wilds. And although it would be nice to explore the map, again, like when we look at the map, like running up there to explore all this, to come back down through the same route, and you'd have to dismount and run it. And no, I wasn't on board for that, and it just adds unnecessary time. I tested this like pretty thoroughly, um, and I just thought it wasn't in the best interest moving forward. Um, so yeah, the first task was to kill one of every different type of machine. The second task was to collect 25 animal bones. Now, I put that one in just as I want a forager gatherer sort of thing. When you're riding on a mount, you have a lot of opportunity to strike from a distance and strike from afar and to ground things under your feet. I didn't want to go too hard with like animal skins because that's sometimes a little harder to pick up on. Bones is a nice, easy one, and it was something that you could do while you're going along, something you can easily keep track of in your inventory. It's, it's down there in resources, and you can just sell or delete whatever you have and then count them up as you're going along, so it's not as difficult as it need be. Uh, so yeah, that one I was pretty happy with that one, to be honest. Um, After that, it gets a little bit, well, just gets a bit interesting because the other one I want done is never dismounting from your mount, including being thrown off. Now, that's all very well with fun and games around here. Noraland's pretty standard. It's nothing too big, and if you're careful, you're probably not going to fall off your mount, and it's not going to be a problem. As soon as you start going a bit more north, you'll enter into a little bit more around Banuk territory, and there's Glinthawks. Glinthawks can freeze your mount, and don't forget any damage done to your mount will count as damage, like overall. That one mount has to stay with you throughout the entire map. So every time you do a bit of damage, even on story mode, I found I couldn't do it. I couldn't get around the whole map with one mount still intact. Now, the guys have better gear than me, they have more experience. They're out hunting, most days. Um, yeah, so I found that one mount was certainly a little bit too, just a little bit too hard for me to do, but I decided to include it in because it is a difficult one. Also, when you get down to the estate, you need to go all the way up here to Evening Sun. And the fastest way really to do that, and I tested both ways, and they came pretty close because the estate is here. And to get up there, you pretty much need to track, well, I won't say where, but you got to track up and around. Or you can go up the waterfall up here. Now, if you've already fallen off your mount, going this distance might be faster than going round. I haven't actually timed these two per se because I didn't want to. I wanted people to make up their own minds what is a faster route. I haven't tried this one. I know there's ways up around here all along the cliff to help you get up faster, but I have no idea if going round is the faster option as opposed to going straight across. But if you've already fallen off your mount, that might be easier to do and go round that way. Um, as far as restrictions go, I'm saying no flying and no cheating of any sort. If you're playing on PC, um, you're not to use your cheats, basically. It's meant to be just PC gaming. Just normal, that's poor choice of words. Normal gaming without cheating, no flying, no glitching, nothing of underhands. We're all good gamers. We just want to have good fun. So, there's a time and a place of glitching, and that's in our videos, but this isn't one of them. So I'm gonna say none of that. Just as come as you are. So yeah, the last couple of tasks. I'm gonna say never healing. No deaths, and I'm gonna ensure that people stay honest without wearing the shield weaver. I'm gonna have them wear anything but the shield weaver, and I'm also going to rule out the Banuk chieftain gear because that gives you health over time. And I'm just not comfortable with. I don't have it here to show you, but if you take damage, you'll slowly recap and regroup your health, and it will just come back over time. So I'm gonna rule that out, and I'm gonna rule out the Shield Weaver. So you got to circumnavigate the entire map without taking any health potions or taking any berries and healing yourself in any way. So you can put on whatever you want. You can change outfits as you see fit, on the fly if need be. But at no point can you um, change into the Shield Weaver or the Banuk hunting gear. That being said, these challenges, they're not set in stone. Like I say, if you fail a challenge, if you do die, say you fall from a great height, you fell off a cliff, say down here, and it's an instant death, just reset to the previous checkpoint. I'm not gonna be like, hey, you failed the challenge. That's the end of it. Um, I'm just gonna say reset the previous checkpoints and continue with the challenge. You just have failed that particular challenge there and then. And the last challenge I'm gonna put into place is no crafting any ammo, and you're only allowed to use whatever four weapons you start with. Now, I'm gonna say again here, you can if you attach, say, sharp shot bow, then you can use anything in the sharp shot bow. But once your ammo depletes, you can't refresh it. Same here. I've got the Adept Warbow from the Lodge, and yeah, I can carry on, like, fill it all the way up to the maximum at the start. But once this ammo is depleted, I cannot use it. So if it all goes, then I fail that challenge. Um, so now we gotta talk really about what that means. Um, And in terms of, like, I'm saying, you don't have to do all these challenges. I'm not going to fail you based on that. It takes an hour and 15 minutes to get around the map without, doing any of these challenges. The routes I've taken, I put in place, leads past just about one of every sort of machine. You certainly see every machine along here, and all the big ones and everything you need to, like, fight them and collect them. So that's why that route was planned out. It was to go past every machine. So I'm not too worried about them getting every sort of machine. Some of these are quite tricky, and if you fail them, I need penalties. So what better than time? I'm gonna assign a penalty of time for every failed challenge. So in order to give everything a fair balance, I it's difficult to construct because I've not seen it done in practice, and I ran a couple of tests with this. I checked the map, I checked the route, I checked, like, the swim distance in case you wanted to just go straight across from Bright Market and swim across, and having checked everything all around the map, I still find it very difficult to sort of assign a time value to a challenge. But here we go. So for number one, never healing, no deaths. That's 20 minutes. If you do not do the challenge, 20 minutes will be added onto your time. If you get one kill of every machine, if you don't do that challenge, 30 minutes will be added on. Challenge number 3, never dismount, including being thrown off. If you don't do it, 15 minutes will be added onto the time. Only using 4 weapons, that's a 10-minute. And collecting 25 bones of animals, any animal, 10 minutes. So if you do not do any of these challenges and just run straight around the map as fast as you can, a whole 1 hour and 25 minutes will be added on to your total time. And if you did what I did and basically just gunned it from checkpoint to checkpoint, never stopping, never ceasing. That looks like a grand total of 2 hours and 40 minutes, including all the failed challenges. So it would be advantageous to do a couple of these, whereas some I would say it's advantageous not to. And I have no idea how quickly the guys are going to get round. It depends on how well they know the map. They may need to stop a few times, go back for machines. They might fall off and need to like take a shortcut or do something differently. But yeah, that's the times I'm going with, and that's the challenges I'm setting. Now, if you guys think these are wrong or my times are different, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to know from you. If you think it's too easy, if you think I should be adding extra stuff, please let me know. I was thinking about doing a system where there's 10 different challenges and everyone chooses one challenge as like a handicap for the entire game while they're doing this, as well as the challenges. But let me know if you think that's too much, too little, and as you can tell, my voice is really on its last legs here. So hopefully, I'm better by the time this goes down. We're looking to do this on the week of the 24th of January, but I have no idea when. I'm still waiting for the guys to get back to me on that. But it does look like we could just squeeze this in before Forbidden West comes out. So that's what we're going to try to do, and we're going to try and do it for you. So let me know what you think, and yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next video. Take care.